Okay, who here hasn't been to space?
Why?
You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Well, we'll move on here to the next topic, and the next topic we're going to move on here is going to be talking about William Jackson Harper. William Jackson Harper, if you guys know from the show The Good Place, which is not a show that I watch, but I have seen.
I've seen scenes.
Yes, I've seen scenes of The Good Place. William Jackson Harper plays in The Good Place. He's one of the leading actors on the show. One of the things going around this week is that, or this past week, is that he had been cast as Reed Richards. I saw some people even saying like, "Oh, is he going to be Iron Lad?" First of all, this man is like in his 40s. That's number one. He's not going to be Iron Lad. But anyway, he's just one of the many actors recently named in the Reed Richards deal. Again, I'm going to go through that. We had Tom Ellis, we've got Penn Badgley, we've got Adam Driver, we've now got William Jackson Harper. We've got John Krasinski is still, his name is still in there though. Am I missing a name? Am I missing someone? Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. That's all the names that have been named.
It makes sense for us to get a black Richards though and everything.
I don't want a black Reed Richards,
but it makes sense with them making Kane black.
No, it makes sense
Kane
with the
blue.
No, I'm just saying like.
No, he's black, but he's black, and even in the Quantumania trailer, he's the blue is only the part of his mask.
I've seen him black.
Yeah.
So
blue. Oh, I get what you're saying because of the relate.
Yeah, because of the relate. But still, here's the thing too. I don't know if this is still this whole Council of Reeds theory that is going on. If that's something that they're actually going to do here. But like I said, he's just one of the newest. He's one of the newest names on the list. I don't know that he's going to be the main 616 Reed Richards. We don't even know if he's going to even be Reed Richards. That's just the rumor that's going on out there. But one of the theories is that, and this is something that we kind of talked about a while ago. Peyton Reed, if everybody remembers, back when Peyton Reed petitioned or tried to put his way in there of doing Quantumania, I believe it was. No, yeah, he wanted to do Ant-Man 3. Wanting to do the Fantastic Four. The story he wanted for the Fantastic Four was that they were going to be from the 50s or 60s, one of those timelines. They were going to get trapped in the quantum realm, and that's why they are not currently in the MCU. They are from 616, but they have been trapped in the quantum realm this entire time, i.e. the quip from Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness. Didn't you guys chart in the 60s? I don't know if that was something Marvel was intentionally doing or if that was just a play on the rumor out there.
Right.
But then you've also got, so within that, Peyton Reed wanted trapped in there. So the theory here going around is that he is going to be the Reed Richards that is trapped in the quantum realm at the end in a post-credit scene or something, that's been trapped in Chronopolis by Kang by this whole time. And then everybody, like somebody said, Hank Pym could go up to him and be like, "Oh my God, you're Reed Richards," because I mean Hank would be the only one that would out of Ant-Man that would know who he is. So is that a possibility? Is that something that we could see? Or is he just going to be? Do you think he's the 616 Reed Richards? Put that in the chat. Pull that up. Do you think that William Jackson Harper is going to be the 616 Reed Richards, or is this just another name thrown in the hat if they're doing the Council of Reeds, or is this just not? Is he not Reed Richards?
I think they're going to do a Council of Reeds. I feel like because there's been so many names, and there's been so many different types of names, it's not like they're all the same. They don't all work in the same line of work either.
Right, and I don't remember.
They're all different. Each of them are different.
I don't remember how many characters we've had pre-casting in the MCU that have had this many names continue to circulate and drop about it. And we've said this before, Marvel knows how to leak shit on purpose on accident. You know what I mean? They know how to do that. And to be quite honest with you, one thing for me, because I've seen a couple people in the chat talking about, I think it was Jaya Wolf said that he doesn't want to see a black-faced Reed Richards.
I know, personally.
And, see, that's one thing I was like, because that's why I like Miles Morales and Peter Parker being different people. Certain ones I don't care about, certain ones I kind of do. It makes more sense to the major story of the person and where they come from and their history, background, how they think, basically, the culture they're born into. But I have yet to see a Reed Richards I like on screen from the previous movies they've done, things like that. So if it's better than those, it's better than what they did.
My problem with that is it goes back to what we talked about with Yahya Abdul-Mateen. There are too many iconic black characters that deserve shine, since everybody doesn't want to recast T'Challa.
Right.
Since you're telling us there's all these other black characters out there, well, can we get them in the MCU then? Can we get them some time on the screen?
Right.
Because race swapping Reed to me is weird. I mean, he's always been white.
Yeah.
He needs to, in my opinion, I'm not, I also say too that, nah, fuck that. He needs to stay white. Like,
No.
I just don't think he needs to be a different color to me. Now, if it's a variant, that's different.
Yeah.
But if it's our main 616, no.
I'm just saying, either way they do it, they can make it make sense, whether I like it or not.
I think at this point, yeah, I'm just like, make it make sense.
Like, not to, I mean, it really does go back to the video we made the other day, though. Like, there's plenty of black superheroes for him to play and everything, but,
Right.
I mean, as long as I'm kind of with Trey on, as long as they make it make sense and whoever they do is good, but I'm kind of with the chat on this. I don't think he would be the main 616.
I don't think he would be
either.
the main.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he would.
Right.
I think he would definitely.
And
be a variant.
I've even seen some people saying like, well, on Twitter and things like that, and in these conversations, I've seen people saying, well, there's no way they would introduce Reed Richards in a post-credit scene. Think again.
Yeah.
Reed Richards almost got introduced in a post-credit scene in Multiverse of Madness
There
before
is
he was
Kang in a
before they were
post-credit
before they were going to do
I mean, not Kang, fucking Thanos.
have Reed sitting on the Illuminati. I'm sorry. He wasn't going. So you had John Krasinski, who would have been the Reed in the film and on the Illuminati of 838. But in a post-credit scene, what Michael Waldron wanted to do was have 616 Reed Richards replaying the events of Multiverse of Madness, and all you were going to see was a stretchy hand reach out, and then it was going to rewind some of the things that are something that happened in Multiverse of Madness, and then the hand was going to pull back. Obviously indicating that was our 616 Reed Richards. So the idea that Marvel won't introduce Reed Richards that prominent of a character, that's what people have been saying. There's no way they're going to introduce that prominent of a character in a post-credit scene. Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they would.
Especially if it ties into what they're trying to do for the future. Yeah, they will. So I definitely believe that, and I've said that too from the beginning. I've been saying I don't think the first time we see the Fantastic Four is going to be in the film. I think the first time we see the Fantastic Four is going to be the same way the first time we saw Spider-Man, the same way the first time we saw T'Challa, and anything else.
Yeah.
They're going to put them in, and then we'll get their big film. Because it even came out that Doom's not going to be the main villain. I'm so glad he's not. He's not going to be the main villain of Fantastic
especially
Four.
if Kevin has, has ideas and plans to, introduce X-Men into the MCU world like the way he is. I would not be surprised if they introduced him how they did. Came in a bigger movie and then have them go off and do their own for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just see that. I mean, since we first heard about this news, you've known how trepidatious I am on like, just get them in there. They're very important. Do this right. You know what I mean? And it would be interesting to me that like starting off with a Council of Reeds is kind of interesting.
I mean, but you have to also understand where we currently are.
No,
in
right.
the MCU.
That's what I'm saying. It's interesting because I always complain that you don't have to give everyone an origin story all the fucking time. It would be jumping right into it, right? So I mean, it's back and forth. I mean, it would be cool. It just goes back to that. I have yet to see a Reed Richards that I really enjoyed. John Krasinski got too short of time for me to say that I liked. We didn't get full dialogue, full movie, full all that shit, right? That's something we didn't get with him. And I'll be real honest with you, for a lot of people going into this who don't know who the fuck Reed Richards is, we're talking younger people, right? Things like that. He got fucking washed. So, like, to us, we know what happened. We know it was a variant. We know what they were doing. But think about it, for a lot of people who that's their first introduction to Mr. Fantastic, dude got turned to fucking spaghetti in 10 seconds.
But see, that's why I also think they're going to put so much into Reed, because I think a lot of people forget in Marvel Comics, especially when it's why am I always blanking on names today? Who wrote Secret Wars? Hickman. When Hickman writes Reed, and not just when Hickman's writing Reed, but a lot of iterations of Reed, people think that Reed is just brains, and Reed can only, like, Reed makes some immoral decisions sometimes.
Oh yeah, he definitely has a little bit of a dark side.
A gray side. He has that gray area. You gotta remember, this man
Well,
is
he's got
also
that
on the
scientist.
Illuminati.
But he's also got that scientist mindset of morality is morality is always a throw-up content of what it is.
Right.
And Reed, a lot of times, like, I did this because it made sense.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like,
If you have all these different iterations of him, it's kind of like I've said before too. 616, even in the MCU and the comics, it's the way it's supposed to be, that our heroes are the best of them. So you have a council of Reeds with our main 616 Reed, and you have all of them being different, but the same at the same time, but different in their personalities and how they think and how they feel like the incursion should be handled or whatever the current situation may be. And then you have our main 616 Reed, and him being the voice of reason, or the overall voice, and establishing the differences between our Reed, the variants of Reed.
They just need to nail it better than they did Doctor Strange, essentially,
basically.
Like, that's all it is, because we got, like, it's basically the same thing. Like, we get the variants of Strange, but we didn't get enough screen time or anything, so they just need to make sure they give him the right story and everything. And if they do all the variants, they need to make sure that they give the, like, audience time to connect with each variant and everything, just so that, oh, this one's here for this, and then you're never going to see him again. They just got killed off in 3 minutes. You're never going to see this one again either. We just needed this one for this purpose, and then you're never going to see, like, if they want to make it more important and everything, I think they need to make it more impactful.
I definitely agree. I don't think that William Jackson Harper will be a main.
No, I don't think that at all.
He will definitely be a variant. I think it would be interesting to see a Black Reed. I'm not, like, opposing it, but
I'm definitely not against seeing a Black Reed.
But I'm with
just
you. I
not
think it would be
our
kind of
616.
because it's just never
Right, and I'll actually back up what you said there. You know, because I whenever I mentioned that because no, I don't want Reed Richards to be a black guy in the MCU, because
Not our 616.
He's been Reed Richards since the beginning of time.
Yeah, like when I think of Reed,
Since before my grandfather was born, Reed Richards has been an established character. He's still an established character, but you know, that is why, like when they bring the X-Men in, you're gonna get Storm, you can get Spike, you can start bringing. There are black heroes within the MCU.
There's a lot of black heroes within the MCU that can be brought in.
They need to highlight those characters. They know that is where I think.
I mean, if you could bring the I'm not saying I want him to, but if you're gonna bring him in, why not? I mean, again, you're now, which we'll get to, but you're taking away one of the strongest black heroes in Marvel. Why not? If you're going to do that, if that is your overall plan, if you're not really bringing him back, and I'm still, recast T'Challa to the day I die, but. Why not bring brother in as Adam Bashir? I mean, that's who everybody next to T'Challa. Everybody's wanting to see Adam Bashir come on the screen. Why not bring in Blue Marvel? Yeah. Like, again, the race swapping is weird to me. Yahya Abdul-Mateen could even have been Blue Marvel or Bishop or anybody like that. The race swapping, it's weird to me, especially when it's established characters who have been who they are. We know Reed Richards as being white, and we do know that since Fantastic Four has been announced, this is not a new rumor. This has been on the table. They're not really looking for I think they're looking at the rumor is that they are looking for a diverse cast to play the Fantastic Four. It's not going to be. It may not be the Caucasian.
What we're used to, for sure.
Yeah, Fantastic Four that we're used to seeing. It may be, which I think. Okay, but it's not, it's not really so much what we think, it's what you guys think. So let us know down below in the comments what you guys think. Do you think William Jackson Harper is going to be our Reed Richards? Is he going to be a variant Reed Richards? Is he even playing Reed Richards? And how do you feel on the race swapping of Reed Richards? Do you think Reed Richards would be better fit as a black man? Or do you think, nope, keep it comic accurate and he should be white? But let us know down below what you guys think about that with a comment.